So here we are in Acts chapter 1. Before leaving the earth, Jesus instructs his disciples, "Do not leave Jerusalem, but wait there for what my Father promised, which you heard about from me. For John baptized with water, but you will be baptized with the Holy Spirit not many days from now." So entering into Acts 1, we're set up with this tension of Jesus has just left, hasn't sent promised Holy Spirit yet. Historians say this is approximately a 10-day period. And we can imagine that they're probably in this unknown, dark, grieving, questioning time, an in-between space. In fact, the disciples may have even doubted, is Jesus really going to send his Spirit to be with us? What does that look like? They show signs of confusion even in knowing what that means. But the believers return to Jerusalem. They all go to this upstairs room, and what do? They pray. They even do some family business. They appoint a disciple to replace Judas. But if we can put ourselves in their shoes, I'm sure that many of us can relate to being in an in-between and uncertain time where maybe we're even asking the question, is God really going to come through for me? Have you ever received a promise that hasn't come to pass? Do you know what that feels like? And I wonder, in those moments, in those situations, what is your response? If we take notes from the early church, I believe that a response could be straightforward. So really, let's look at it in 3 ways. First, wait. As long as we're on earth, we're going to wait for things. We're going to long for things and want things, and that is okay and totally, completely human. We all long for something, no matter where we're at with our faith. But it's in this longing that we can find ourselves drawing close to God. See, we live in a culture that values certainty, knowing what's true, pulling up your phone and being able to search and find closure. But the reality is, uncertainty is really the place that we see faith grow the most. Priest and author Richard Rohr says this: "My scientist friends have come up with things like principles of uncertainty and dark holes. They're willing to live inside imagined hypotheses and theories, but many religious folks insist on answers that are always true. We love closure, resolution, and clarity while thinking we are people of faith." See, people of faith should long for things. They should be unsure about things. They should hope for things. But let that tension bond you to God through prayerful dependency. So that's the first thing, wait. Second, stay engaged through prayer personally, but also like we see in Acts 1 with the body of believers. In fact, science tells us that through concepts like neuroplasticity, that community is one of the best ways we can rewire our brain, be transformed, and become strong, good people. Stay engaged. And finally, stay faithful. Like the appointing of Matthias in the uncertain time. Stay faithful to the work in the here and now, even when it's hard, for what God is doing today and in our world around us.